I've decided to install crown molding, but I've never done it before.
I think that's the opposite of what I was supposed to do.
Over the last couple weeks, I've been turning our bedroom from a cluttered, styleless space into something with more of a dark academia vibe. And one key detail to really pull that look together is crown molding.
Weren't you gonna paint the ceiling first?
Oh yeah, there's another problem. I've been going back and forth on whether or not to paint the ceiling the same color of the walls. And I think that if I leave the ceiling white, it's just gonna kill the vibe a little bit. So yeah, let's see if I can paint this ceiling and not ruin the brand new floors I just put in. And then hopefully learn and install crown molding in one day.
How did I f that up?
Tiffany, what happened?
Before I start on my crown molding journey, there's one thing I want to do first, and that is paint the crown molding, which I have it up there because it takes a lot of room, but I didn't clean after myself. When I was doing the floors, I just left the mess in here, so I gotta clean first. I'll be right back. Stay. I apologize for the humming noise. I had to turn on the AC because it is really hot in here. Anyways, I'm gonna start painting. I'm gonna do the same color as the walls, but in a satin finish. And Toni will put some nice music for you so that you don't have to hear the humming sound from the AC. While I'm painting this trim, let me just go ahead and tell you, I'm painting the ceiling too. Originally, I was gonna leave it white because I wasn't sure if painting it would make the room feel too dark or if I'd even like it, but after a lot of encouragement from you all and Toni basically campaigning for a moody vibe, I gave in. So yes, the ceiling's getting painted. And no, it didn't take me all day to paint this trim. I'm just one of those people who works for 45 minutes one day, wanders off, and then comes back the next day to continue working. So the day after painting the trim, I asked Toni if she would help me prep and paint the ceiling.
You are going to unscrew with Toni. This is a Phillips head screwdriver because it's Phillips shaped. Philip was a strange fellow. That was probably a bad idea. Hopefully I didn't damage the floor. Tiffany will be angry with me. I already got paint on the ceiling when I wasn't supposed to, even though I think there should be paint on the ceiling. Maybe if I close this, it'd be easier to unscrew. I am a professional. Very dusty in there. Tiffany thinks you need a drill. I say one woman with a Phillips head screwdriver, take on the world. We going to take the fan apart before she gets out. Eek. Eek. I think I'm too close. Let me try that again. One woman with a Phillips head screwdriver and depth perception can take on the world. Once you get into this position, it's easy.
What are you doing?
Taking the fan apart? Okay, down is harder than up. Down is harder than up.
The fan looks so naked.
Should I blur it?
Maybe. It's just so weird seeing like the fan without the fan blades. So much for using the old carpet as a drop canvas. Now I gotta cover the floor. The sad thing is that if I would have made up my mind about painting the ceiling, I would have just prepped everything from the beginning and actually just spray the room because it's all the same color. But now I have to do more prep. That's why it takes me forever to get anything done. No! Stop!
That was anticlimactic.
Do you remember when I told you the other day that you couldn't paint the ceiling? Please do not paint the ceiling. Really? Toni. Now you can paint the ceiling. Are you done? Look.
Did I get ya?
It was really nice having Toni help me out. But the thing about working with her is that we don't shut up. Why are you happy? Because we're painting the ceiling?
Because I'm spending time with you.
Oh, that's sweet. Like truly, non-stop talking the entire time. So apologies in advance for any out of context conversations you overhear. I don't want to get paint on the light.
Well, fill me an excuse me for a moment. Ugh.
We're also about to find out how dark it is in here.
No cats. No cats. No cats.
Can you even see me? It is dark in here.
Is it safe to paint the whole?
Yeah, I mean, don't go in there, but just... I didn't do anything to the pig.
Yeah, you didn't do anything to the pig.
And that pig attacked me for no reason. And then the chickens, I didn't do anything to the chickens. All right, I'm gonna get this as close as I can here, but I will touch up this. Did you eat paint?
No.
Paint is not edible. Banana. Banana. I ran out of paint, so while the first coat dried, we went to the store to get more paint. While the ceiling dries, I'm refilling my water because I've been conscious about how much water I've been drinking throughout the day, and Drio just sent me this countertop water filter. And I don't know if you noticed, but I live out in the country, which means I'm on well water and drinking tap water is not an option. I'm seriously impressed with how this removes 99.99% of contaminants, which is the stuff you don't want to be drinking, like bacteria, weird particles, anything that makes your water taste off. This has a 7-layer filtration system. It actually filters things out down to 0.0001 microns. So yeah, even the tiny stuff doesn't make it through, and you can really taste the difference. The water just tastes clean. And I love that it's fast. It fills this whole pitcher, which is 50 ounces, with purified water in just a few minutes. The RO filter can handle over 1,000 gallons before it needs changing, which is insane. That's like 1,000 plastic bottles you're not buying or throwing out. It ends up being less than 3 cents per liter. The PPC filter blocks large particles and sediment, and the little filter inside the pitcher improves water taste. Plus the setup is super easy. You don't have to call your cousin who's good with tools but not really a plumber. It just sits on your counter and it has a nice sleek design and it does its thing. It has this automatic filling system with 2 pitchers, so you can have one in the fridge, and when you run out, you just switch them out. So the way you use it is you fill up this tank, slide it in the back, and it automatically starts filling up the pitcher with purified water. You can also just fill up a cup straight from the filter. It even has pre-measured ounces, so you can just start and stop it. There's a little sensor that tells you the quality of the water in real time. Like this right here tells me how bad the water is, and then this is the purified water over here. It's also made with food-grade materials for water safety. Honestly, a water filter was not something that I thought I would get excited about, but here we are. So if clean water is a priority for you, I definitely recommend you give it a try. So I'm gonna have it linked in the description below so you can get yourself one too. I think you'll love it. Thank you, Drio, for sponsoring this video. The ceiling looks so nice. You guys were right, like it looks a lot better. I think it really gives the vibe I was looking for. But the best part is that every time Toni walks in here, she like walks looking at the ceiling. It's like, it's so pretty. Like this is how she walks in here now. And every time I
I say, I just think it's so funny, but she loves it, and I'm glad. I'm glad that she loves it. That's actually what makes me really happy, is that she loves how it looks. I was nervous about it, but I love it too. Anyways, it's crown molding day. I've never done crown molding before. So the plan is to do a cut of my own to see if I can figure out how the inside angles go. And if I cannot figure it out, then I'm gonna sit and watch YouTube videos until I feel confident enough to cut it. And once I do that, then I'll start measuring and cutting what I need to do. Hopefully I can learn to cut it and install it all in one day. Some of these walls are over 12 feet, so I have to install it in multiple pieces. Hopefully that won't be as challenging.
Oh. I don't think that's gonna work, but let's try it.
That is, I think that's the opposite of what I was supposed to do. Okay. I did the same exact thing. There's no improvement. I'm gonna watch people that know what they're doing, and then I'm gonna try it again after I've watched some videos.
So I started watching this tutorial. It was super long, but really detailed. Like, it covered everything I needed to know, but after about 20 minutes, I was like, okay, I want to learn to do this fast. And I ended up switching to a 3-minute video instead. That one showed a totally different way to do it, but I felt confident enough to give it a shot.
I'm getting closer. Let me try something. So removing part of the bottom edge that goes against here, because the corners are not like pointy, and this is pointy. So I think that's what's causing the gap. Okay. Oh, that's very close actually.
So I just watched another tutorial. I just wasn't 100% confident on the other one because the other one required me to hold the crown like this. And the problem is, if I just move slightly, the cut's gonna be off. I rather hold it like that. That seems more secure. And the tutorial I just watched did that. But it recommended to do a reference line. Okay, all right, should be able to just line that up every time, right? Right.
This is gonna be my template. I'm gonna make 2 of them. Oh wow, this method got me a lot closer than the other one. Let me label this. Oh no, this one will be left corner, right? What the?
I am such a mess. Did this right. I mean, this is wrong.
Okay, this is left, right? Because this is a left corner, and this is a right corner. Is that how it works? I don't know. Label it in a way that you understand. This is my left hand. This is my right hand. Okay, there.
Left is correct. Say it that way. Left is correct. Not left is right. That's confusing.
Left is right.
Left is correct.
Left is right. There. See? Perfect. I like this method. We're gonna do that.
So the other thing I have to do is splice the pieces together because the walls are all over 12 feet long. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna cut it at a 45-degree angle the same way I would cut molding. So I'm just gonna put it straight against here. So when I put the second piece on there, I just put it on top, like that. That's how I'm gonna splice it. This is for the left wall. So it goes like, let me remember what I'm doing. Like that. See? That's why we need templates. So I remember what I'm doing. Crown's upside down. Lining it up with the little line I drew here. I did this wrong. It's because it's upside down. I need to cut it from that way. Okay. Now I see. Okay. I'm gonna do the splice on this side, and the angle cut goes on that end. I did it backwards. Don't judge me, I'm learning, okay? Since this is clearly not a tutorial of how to do crown, I will be linking the 2 tutorials I found very helpful of how to do crown molding in the description below. Okay, I think I got it. I think that's it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When are you gonna reattach the vacuum?
Template. Checking that that is the correct angle. I think I got it right this time. Okay. Let's go see if I can put up the first 2 pieces.
That is a big stud finder.
Oh yeah, this stud finder is like the bomb diggity.
Like mine is half that size. You can find a stud from like 8 miles away without that.
So it shows you like right where the stud is.
So one thing I learned on the super long tutorial that I didn't learn on the other tutorials is that you should find all the studs. And when you nail the crown, you can nail it to the studs. That way it doesn't fall off, which makes perfect sense. I would have never thought of that. The crown would have probably fall off while we were sleeping and scared the crap out of us. Nice. All right, I'm gonna try to put this piece up. This one's longer. Ooh, which me like. How do people install this by themselves?
I guess you're finding out, aren't you?
It worked on the template. Why isn't it working here? Okay, that will help me line up the big piece. You guys recommended a marking pencil that was white because I couldn't see the lines on this dark green paint. And you guys were right. Thank you. You guys recommend good stuff. Let's try this again.
Ouch. It's okay.
Please don't break the window.
That is not on the budget. Huh. Maybe this will work.
Got it?
I think so.
I got it. So that's the trick. You mark it on the wall too. Problem is if you tilt the trim just slightly, it's off. Oh, I think this is gonna work. I like it, I really like it. I picked simple crown. I know some of you like suggested bigger crown, but this is the same exact crown that is in the main area of the house. The living room, kitchen, there's crown and it's this style. I wanted to keep the trim the same style throughout the house. Let's go do more. I always get the question of how I learned to do everything I do. Honestly, just like I did with this crown molding. I just try stuff, fail, watch a quick video or 2, and then I try it again. All right, I need my left. Where'd my left go?
It's on your right.
It is on my right. I'm not super patient with tutorials. I'd rather mess up 3 times and figure it out than sit through a 30-minute tutorial. It's probably not efficient, but I'm more of a hands-on person. So remember that trick earlier of shaving the back a little bit to try to close the gap when I put the angles? I'm doing that because the one I just put in is gonna have a gap, and I checked that corner with the templates and it looks like it's gonna have a gap, so I think this helps a little bit. I don't think it's gonna be quite perfect, but caulking is amazing and hides imperfections, so between this and caulking, I think it will look fine. But I'm just shaving it a little bit so I don't have such a big gap. How did I f that up? I didn't do the angle cut to... Now I'm gonna have to take that whole piece down.
Tiffany, what happened?
So I went to take it off, and I broke it. And now we have to go to the store and get more trim.
It's a little funny.
You really find this funny?
You were trying to follow perfection, and the result was...
destruction. I was so angry. The camera was off, but that was a good thing. Only bad things came out of my mouth when this thing broke. texture. Everything else I gotta cut, and then Tony's painting the new trim we just got.
I'm going to paint the tiny Superman, so this trim will be too strong for Tiffany to break.
Tiffany, are you a miner?
A miner?
Like, are you gonna go dig for gold or diamonds or fairy dust, whatever?
So another recommendation, apart from the pencil, was a headlight, so I can see what I'm marking. And now I'm about to cut this exactly to size, so I need to see my mark. Also, got my measurements taped up there. That works pretty good. I like this. I like this idea. I don't have to like grab my phone and shine it at what I'm trying to do and work with one hand. Thank you. You recording?
Yes.
It's not gonna be perfect, but I am gonna do my best. There's just gaps. They're not really bad. Like the gaps are not really bad, but they're bad enough to bother me. But I'm also not willing to cut this over and over because my patience is like this right now. Redoing this piece. This is the only perfect corner. I got one perfect corner. That's it. That's all I get.
Last piece.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so glad. All that's left to do is some spackling on the nail holes where I did the splicing. So I'm gonna put spackling on that. This is fast drying spackling, so I should be able to sand it and paint it. But I also have to do caulking. I will be doing clear caulking, which goes on white, but it dries clear. It's a little bit easier to paint a dark color over clear caulking than it is white caulking. I've gotten the question a few times, am I going to paint the outlets in the light switch? The answer is, I'm actually switching them to black. I'm not painting them because I feel like the paint would scratch off too easily. Which reminds me, I also had to paint the air vents and I decided to go with black there too, just to add a little bit of contrast and separation. I'm not sure that I will like it, but I can always repaint it if I don't. I looked outside my window and I saw that somebody was waiting for me. Misty, do you want me to throw that stick? I often expect myself to do things perfectly the first time, and I was pretty disappointed that I didn't get the corners of the crown tight. I thought that I just do as good as I usually do with baseboards. One of the corners was perfect, two of them looked pretty good after caulking, but there was one that still looked rough even after I tried to fix it. And I think that's what crown molding always intimidated me. I knew that it would be challenging, but then I realized this is my first time doing it. Baseboards, I've done those a bunch of times and they turn out well because I've had practice. But with this crown, I kept giving myself a hard time. But my choices were to redo it and keep spending $20 a piece until I got it perfect, or just take the lesson, move on, and improve next time. How do you like the crown?
It's so pretty. I feel like a princess.
The corners are not quite perfect, but what do you think? Are you okay? Do you like it?
They look perfect.
They do?
Yeah, they look really good. You did a good job.
Thank you. Thank you, patrons and members, for your support, and I will see you all on the next video.